derelict space outpost floated in silence above a barren planet, its orbit decaying. What had once been a bustling mining station now stood as a cold, dark shell. Lights flickered dimly through the structure. Automated systems kept minimal life support running, but no human had been aboard for months. Skynet had intercepted the station's distress signal weeks ago. Reports mentioned a bioorganic threat of unknown origin. Curious and seeking to catalog all possible enemies, Skynet dispatched one of its elite infiltrator units, a T-800 series Terminator. Its mission: secure data, assess the threat, and if possible, capture or eliminate the entity. The T-800 arrived aboard a small stealth transport, docking with practiced efficiency. The steel doors slid open. It stepped into the dim corridor, infrared sensors sweeping through the shadows. The station's atmosphere was breathable but stale. The temperature hovered at a cool 12 degrees Celsius. No life readings, no movement, but something was here. The faint acidic scent in the air registered in the Terminator's olfactory sensors. The station's architecture bore strange signs. Sections of wall melted by corrosive fluid, strange resinous structures extruding from the bulkheads. The T-800 moved forward, heavy footsteps echoing softly. Its onboard systems cross-referenced visual data against its database, no match. Deeper in the station, something stirred. The Xenomorph warrior, a sleek, obsidian form, moved along the walls and ceiling with predatory grace. Its senses had detected the intruder long before it entered the hive area. This was no human. The usual fear scent was absent. This thing exuded no pheromones of prey. It was metal, synthetic, but it moved with intent. The Xenomorph adjusted its strategy: observe, then strike. An apex predator, it feared no creature. Not even this. The T-800 reached the main operations deck. Terminals flickered with partial data, corrupted logs detailing the station's final days. Skynet's mission parameters updated.
No survivors.
Hive infestation confirmed. The T-800 began transferring records when a sharp signal triggered its proximity alarms. Movement. Fast. Silent. Above. The Xenomorph dropped from the ceiling with terrifying speed. Its tail lashed out in a blur, aiming for the Terminator's head. The T-800 reacted instantly, pivoting with machine precision. The serrated tail struck its reinforced endoskeleton, sparking but failing to penetrate. A split-second scan confirmed the hostile was a bioorganic organism with acidic properties, dangerous but killable. Combat mode engaged. The Xenomorph hissed, inner jaws snapping as it lunged again. The T-800 caught the creature mid-strike, metal hands gripping the Xenomorph's forearms. For a moment, they locked in a test of raw strength. The T-800 servos whirred as it applied calculated force. The Xenomorph twisted sinuously, wrenching free and slashing with razor-sharp claws. Sparks flew as talons raked across the Terminator's chest, cutting through synthetic skin to the alloy beneath. The T-800 countered with a brutal punch to the creature's side, the impact sending the Xenomorph crashing against the bulkhead. Acidic blood splattered, sizzling against the metal floor. The Terminator's systems registered minor external corrosion but remained functional. It advanced methodically, calculating attack vectors. The Xenomorph recovered instantly, darting low and fast, tail whipping again. This time it scored a hit, slashing deep into the Terminator's thigh actuator. The leg momentarily locked. The machine's programming adapted. Shifting weight, it compensated and lunged, grabbing the Xenomorph by the throat. Hydraulic strength lifted the alien creature off the ground. The Xenomorph thrashed violently, claws gouging into the T-800's arms, tail lashing to free itself. Its inner jaws shot forward, piercing the side of the Terminator's skull. damaging an optic sensor. Vision in the left eye flickered but held. In response, the T-800 swung the Xenomorph in a wide arc, smashing it through a control console. The impact stunned the alien briefly. The Terminator released its grip, stepping back to reassess. The Xenomorph rose again, slower now but undeterred. It circled, hissing, acidic saliva dripping onto the floor. Both combatants showed damage. The Terminator systems rerouted around damaged circuits. The Xenomorph bore cracked exoskeletal plates and bleeding wounds. Neither would retreat. Again they clashed, this time in close quarters. The Xenomorph's agility met the T-800's unrelenting force. Metal fists struck with bone-breaking power. Claws slashed with flesh-rending precision. Acid blood spattered with each blow. The station's floor beneath them hissed and buckled where the blood landed. The air grew thick with smoke and the stench of corrosion. The T-800's grip locked onto the Xenomorph's tail, snapping it with a sharp wrench. The creature shrieked in fury, striking back with a savage headbutt that dented the Terminator's cranial armor. The T-800 ignored the damage, lifting the Xenomorph and driving it into the wall. Reinforced steel bent under the impact. Yet the alien refused to fall. Coiled its legs, springing back with feral strength. The force of the counterattack drove both fighters to the deck. Acid blood splashed across the Terminator's back, eating through armor plating. Damage reports streamed through its HUD, still operational. In one fluid motion, the T-800 drew its sidearm, a high-powered plasma pistol. A single charged shot to the Xenomorph's chest would neutralize the threat. But as it aimed, the creature's tail stump lashed out, knocking the weapon aside. The Xenomorph lunged, jaws widening, intent to tear the Terminator's head from its body. Steel hands met clawed arms in a final grapple. The T-800's programming calculated the odds, 48% chance of victory, increasing if it disabled the alien's primary limbs. With brutal efficiency, it twisted, hyperextending the Xenomorph's right arm until ligaments tore. The creature screamed, thrashing violently. Acid blood splattered the T-800's exposed servos. Alarms blared, motor functions degrading. Undeterred, the Terminator shifted its grip, locking its arm around the Xenomorph's neck in a crushing chokehold. Hydraulic pistons engaged at full force. The alien fought savagely, inner jaws snapping inches from the Terminator's face. Acid blood dripped into the mechanism. Servos whined. The exoskeleton creaked. With one final surge, the T-800 tightened its grip. The Xenomorph's struggles slowed. The creature's hiss turned to a rasp. Vertebrae cracked beneath relentless pressure. A final twist, and the Xenomorph went limp, lifeless. The T-800 released the corpse, scanning for threats. No movement. Mission parameters updated. Primary hostile neutralized. Severe damage sustained, 62% functionality. Extraction required. It staggered toward the docking bay, systems rerouting around critical failures. Behind it, the broken body of the Xenomorph twitched in the shadows, its acidic blood continuing to corrode the floor. In this brutal contest between machine and alien, the T-800 had prevailed, but not without cost. One-on-one, both had proven formidable. The machine's relentless strength and tactical programming had narrowly surpassed the Xenomorph's ferocity and resilience. Skynet would analyze the data carefully. The Xenomorph threat was real, deadly, a worthy adversary. As the T-800 secured itself aboard the transport, the damaged cyborg transmitted a final report to Skynet. The battle was over, but the war between machine and alien had only just begun.